Welcome to the Wilshire Gun Podcast.
What's going on, guys? It's Jacob here at Wilshire. Hey, we've changed it up a little bit. We're pretty excited about it, so new little filming spot, I guess you could call it. But same old content, all the stuff you want to know, what's going on, where it is, what's happening. Let's hop right into it. Training stuff, March is up. The handgunner classes are running. All you guys that signed up last month that got those for the first time, awesome. You guys that haven't got into them yet, come check them out. What else is there? Defensive carbine, pepper spray, all the staples, right? So come check those out. It'll be a good time. Let's see, what else on the training side? Night vision, we got a night vision at the end of March. Hope to see you guys all there. That'll be awesome. Moving, this is going to be a little bit of a retail heavy, I guess, episode. But it's a lot of good stuff. So let's get into sales. We'll jump into sales first. I got my sales sheet here. Obviously March, we got to have a play on words. So we got March Madness going on. What you're going to get with that, you're getting 10% off Magpul mags. Other mags have discounts, and then select mags have up to 20% off. They'll be on basically the sale wall. So come find those. We got guns on sale. Bagaras are on sale, $308, $270. All kinds of good stuff there. Who else we got on sale? We got Smith on sale. We got Sig red dots on sale. We got a Hellcat bundle with a red dot. We got Daniel Defense rifles. So that's awesome. Let's see. A couple of the cool bundles we got going. Every month you guys hear me talk about, night vision at the end. Have you ever wanted to get into night vision? Because I got some bundles going on for those. I got digital night vision stuff. Those are going to be mostly scope or rifle mounted. Digital night vision optics. Those are going to be available. We've done some sales on those before. But we also are building some analog night vision bundles, and that's going to be helmets, mounts. I have both dual tubes and PVS 14s, which are monocular tubes. Basically bundle setup that is, it'll save you a little money. So if you've ever been kicking around the idea with one to get into the night vision game, hunting pigs, just preparedness, whatever you want to call it, night vision is an excellent tool for that. We're going to have some bundles on that with some really crispy tubes that are worth kind of top end, best money can buy kind of stuff. So those will be coming in. So you'll have to come in and ask about those. Those won't be posted anywhere. That is an inquiry deal. They may have some signage down there, but those guys down there can tell you all about it. Because night vision is one of those deals that there's a lot to it, and it sounds so much more complicated than it actually is. But there's no good place to start, like on the internet. Like when you start Googling, like where do I start with night vision? Come in. Talk to me, talk to one of the guys downstairs. We can at least point you in that right direction so you kind of understand why you're spending as much money as you're spending on that. Like what is actually the science behind it, all that kind of stuff. So those night vision bundles are definitely a cool deal. You'll walk out of the door basically ready to see in the dark. So come check those out if you've ever considered getting into that. What else we got? Rifle and pistol of the month. I would normally show you the rifle and the pistol of the month, but they're not here yet. So when the time I'm filming this and the time you're seeing this are a little bit different. But I got some banners, I guess. I can hold up banner. Some new brands coming into the store, which, checking on sales data, other stuff like that, I see you guys transfer a lot of these in. Now you don't have to because I'm going to carry them. You can come put your hands on them. That's backwards. Boom. Palmetto State we've become a Palmetto State dealer, which means, daggers, jackals, sabers, like all that. We're going to have all of those in store, ready to roll. So you can come by and check those out, which both my rifle and pistol of the month are daggers, and PSA rifles are the rifles of the month. They have a different couple flavors. Now, there's another one that goes hand in hand with that. For those who don't know, PSA actually bought DPMS, and they are going to be maintaining their line. So a lot of the 308 stuff, a lot of the other things that they were offering, PSA is now manufacturing those. We're going to be ordering DPMS as well, side by side with PSA. So all the DPMS options that would normally be available through PSA will also be available here. So, like I said, I see these like at least one a day, it seems like, get transferred through. So now we're going to have them come check them out. They're going to be priced competitively with PSA. So obviously, you put your hands on them, the daggers, the other stuff that they got. We're pretty excited to get PSA in. I think we actually have some of their AKs coming too, which is, their AKs are pretty cool. So come check those out when they get here. By the time you're seeing this, they should be here. PSA doesn't mess around with shipping, so they're pretty quick with it. As always, you buy a gun, you get free range time, you get free or a free private lesson, your choice. And all of these sales are going live 3/1, March 1st. So again, by the time you're seeing this, they probably are live already. So come on into the store, come check them out. Those guys that are coming in to shoot, we've been having a lot of range guys, and we're very appreciative of that. So everybody that's coming in and shooting, thank you so much. Continue to do so. If you're shooting a bunch and you're just walking in, maybe consider a membership. It's my cheesy sales pitch right there at the end. So memberships save you money, and we like you for doing it. All right, let's see. All right, last couple things I wanted to touch on. Aiming for Miracles. It's coming up in April. We have sponsored it for the last 7 or 8 years. It is a great organization. We love working with them. It's a clay shootout at Silverleaf. It's put on by the Kiwanis Club, and they're doing the Children's Miracle Network. So they sponsor a certain child. They help cover medical costs. It's a great organization, helping families that fallen on extremely unfortunate situations or circumstances, and we love supporting them. We hope if you guys that are watching are running a business or a group of guys that wanted to put together a team. You can find the sign-up information down below me somewhere. Sign up, man. It's a great time. They do prizes. They feed you. It's just a lot of fun. I've been the last several years, and I can't say enough about those guys and basically the event they run. It is well worth it. Last thing, Sig Days. Sig Days normally falls a little bit later in the year, middle of summer-ish. It's probably going to happen a little bit earlier this year. You're going to get a date a little closer to it. We're trying to hammer down the date right now. But we will be running that spring, summer Sig Days. So when that gets dropped or announced or whatever cool word you want to say, it'll be here. We'll have sales as always. It'll be a good time. So come check those out. I say come check those out a lot, don't I? Last thing. If you were like me, everybody's connected to their devices. They get on the social medias. They scroll through, 60-second bites at a time. And despite social media's massive attempt to not let, gun people do gun things on their platforms. Some dudes get through. I mean, you're seeing this, probably not through, Facebook or whatever. It doesn't matter. But I've been noticing kind of a running trend, and I don't know, this company's media manager really needs, there's some hot takes coming out of this company's I guess feed or whatever they're doing, and they got a couple relatively prominent guys spouting this stuff off, and I wanted to touch on some of these deals because so much of the information we consume is single-sided. It's 15 seconds long, and people automatically, you're in either camp that's right or that's wrong. And it's a shame that it works that way, but it is what it is. And so I wanted to kind of touch on, some of my opinions. And I am not the greatest shooter in the world. I am not a tactical genius by any stretch of the means. I'm just a guy that works in a gun store, and I'm exposed to it a little bit more than the everyday guy, right? As somebody who carries every day, defensively, I've gone through real high speed training classes. I've gone through lower speed training classes. I would like to think that I'm somewhat qualified to speak to it. I've never been in an actual gunfight. I've never been in a combat situation, but that doesn't necessarily mean that at least the theories that are presented aren't somewhat applicable, because like I said, I have trained with guys that have done that have been professional, law enforcement guys, combat veterans, a bunch of different, and so this is third-hand information from me, but it's kind of my personal take on it, my spin on it, different stuff like that. So, two of the hot topics I've seen are you don't need a red dot and you don't need a weapon-mounted light. The red dot, I'll debate the red dot until I'm blue in the face. There are some aspects of that, but the weapon-mounted light, I've never heard a more egregious, nonsensical statement. Now, there is some caveats to that, and this is one of those 15-second bites that they don't really cover. A lot of guys here don't run weapon-mounted lights. There are a few, but most of them carry a light on a body. The flashlight, little pocket light, whatever. It will get you by. Now, where that really kind of differentiates or separates is the examples they were using, you got to pull out your weapon to point your light at stuff. No, use your noggin for a second. If you have a weapon light, why not have a body light too? I know it sounds kind of redundant, but this is one of those deals. The weapon light is for the weapon. It is not for administrative or just general tasks. It has a sole purpose of illuminating a threat in a dark area when I need to engage something. And it's definitely one of those things. You don't need it. You're right, to an extent. But you do need some form of illumination, is a better of what they should have said, instead of you don't need a weapon-mounted light. You need some form of illumination. Think about that. Statistically, if you were to get mugged, is it going to be at high noon in a crowded Walmart parking lot where there's lots of light, lots of, eyes, or is it going to be you're walking back from a movie theater and you had to park, back around the corner, back of the building, and some dude jumps out from behind a dumpster? Whatever. Hypothetical situation. Which one seems more feasible in your mind, right? More than likely, it's going to be the movie theater. It's going to be dark. And again, we preach round responsibility, all this other stuff. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you have to defend yourself, something like that, and you're, ripping off rounds, you're responsible for every one of those rounds. So wouldn't you want to see what you're sending those rounds towards, right? Making sure there's not, one of the employees walking out of a back door, carrying out trash, or whatever, coming to that same dumpster. Oh, sorry, I didn't see him. It was dark. Well, guess what? They don't care. So, some form of illumination is required. That should be part of your everyday like package, everything you carry. I highly recommend putting a light on your weapon because the activation, it's already there. I don't have to fumble with it. If you don't like it because it's uncomfortable, whatever, at least have some kind of secondary illumination. Matter of fact, how many times have you guys seen me on this podcast say this stream light in my pocket is one of the best purchases I've ever made? Even if you don't carry a gun, don't carry anything else, you should carry a flashlight. Again, because then I can, like, oh, hey, what's that dude doing back behind that dumpster? I can, I'm illuminated, whatever, right? Carry off or secondary illumination along with your white light on your pistol. Both. Do both. If you got to forego one, you can forego the weapon mounted light. But that's one of those deals. Again, they're doing that. They're cutting these clips for clickbait reactions to get basically reactions and impressions and other stuff. Because when you get on there and tell comment and all this other stuff, that drives their stuff higher, right? Because it's being interacted with. However, there are people out there that see this stuff, and it's like I said, it's a well-known brand. And they take that stuff as, well, they told me I don't need that. Well, did they tell you why you don't need that? Or did they tell you any alternatives to that? Or, you know what I'm saying? So that is one of them. The other one I wanted to touch on is red dots. And part of that, I will make the disclaimer, he does come out and say, if you want to do it, but you don't need it. And I'll tell you, he's right to an extent. Is it 100% necessary? Are you going to just fall apart without it? No, not if you're practicing and proficient with whatever system you're running. However, from that standpoint, why wouldn't you set yourself up for the greatest chance of success versus I just don't want to do this because I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I knew I was going to have to, get in a drag race, a professional drag race, would I do that with a Honda Civic? Or would I do that with, a Honda Civic Type R, blah, 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 that has all the racing stuff, or whatever? Not a car guy. Really what to take with that is, do you need one? Absolutely not. You do not need one. But again, this is one of those deals that they cut it and make it seem like it's a bad decision. And it's not a bad decision. It's just a decision. And all you're doing is enhancing your capabilities to aim your firearm more efficiently. And that actually does have some data behind it. Now, grain of salt, asterisk, whatever, true honesty, is it is competition style data, but that's still biomechanical data of two individuals competing to perform the same task with two different options, right? Now, defensive situations, a lot of stuff changes, different things happen. You never know. But generally the open carry guys, or not the open carry, the open class and the carry optics guys score faster on their qualifiers. And really what that open is, you can put anything on your gun. Carry optics are, standard guns with optics. Basically red dot guys versus non-red dot guys. The red dot guys marginally score faster. Does that mean that somebody who has lots of practice with iron sights won't shoot faster than an untrained guy with red dot? Absolutely not. Matter of fact, if you don't train with your red dot, it can hinder you. Trying to line up the dot because now you're looking at a single focus plane, there's a lot of stuff to it. However, if you are, practicing if you are proficient, that red dot will make you faster. It will make you more accurate. It will increase the distance that you are comfortably able to shoot. That's proven. However, you got to take all of that with a grain of salt, and that's why I'm trying to give this to you in a relatively unbiased opinion, or I'm trying to. Everything is biased because I am a human and I have my opinions. But the information there, I just wanted to basically loop back on what I've seen on that and what that actually means, which a lot of you guys may have already seen, know who I'm talking about or know what I'm talking about. And you may disagree or agree, whatever. No skin off my nose. I don't care how you fall one way or the other. But if you are one of those guys that is newer to this and you're looking for information, that is really who I'm reaching out through this camera to. Truth of the matter is, it doesn't really matter how you solve a problem as long as your solution works for you. And that's, I don't know, I just got really kind of agitated listening to people on the internet spout like it's gospel. And I hate the term "do your own research" because of how that's been twisted, again through social media and other stuff like that. But it is important to do research past your single source of information, right? So, kind of my public service announcement, I guess, and tried to be a little more podcasty this month. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully my incessant rambling over the last 20 minutes or however long this has been helpful and you've enjoyed it. Thank you guys as always for spending time with me, listening to me, letting me pretend like I'm somebody. Obviously, with March already here, it's coming by. As always, be excellent to each other. Come in and shoot. Can't wait to see you.